Okay, the next section in your notes should be section 4.5. We're going to talk about writing a function rule today. Now, really, for the most part, writing a function rule, it's pretty much just taking kind of a word problem or a phrase, turning it into an equation. Okay, but all of our equations are going to represent functions. So if we talk through this first example here, it says you can estimate the temperature by counting the number of chirps of the snowy tree cricket. The outdoor temperature is about 40 degrees more than 1/4 the number of chirps the cricket makes in 1 minute. What is a function rule that represents this situation? And they kind of go through and they pick out the information and they kind of show you how they take that information and translate it into your function rule. So it says temperature is 40 degrees more than 1/4 of the number of chirps in 1 minute. So first thing, we're going to have two different variables, right? We have our independent variable and our dependent variable. So they say T is the temperature and N is going to be the number of chirps in 1 minute. So N is going to be my independent variable. T is going to be my dependent variable. So we can take that and translate it pretty much directly into an equation. So T, okay, temperature is, okay, now is, this is going to be really useful, is means equals 40 degrees, more than means plus, 1/4 of means to multiply the number of chirps in 1 minute. So let's see how these go. Some of them are going to be pretty easy. Some of them may take a little bit of thought. Okay, number one, 5 less than 1/4 of x is y. So we've got some numbers. I've got some operation words. The first one I see is this less than. Now, we talked about this at the very beginning of the year. Less than, hopefully we know, does mean to subtract, but less than is special because 5 less than 1/4 of x doesn't mean 5 minus 1/4 of x. If you see less than, you have to remember we have to flip-flop those numbers. 5 less than means something minus 5. Okay, have to remember that. That's the big thing today. Okay, so I have 5 less than, and then I need to say 1/4 of x. Okay, well, the word of means to multiply, so we're going to say 1/4 times x. Okay, and then we see the word is means equals, and then finally y is going to sum this up. So that would look like 1/4 times x minus 5 equals y. Okay, let's try this next one. This one says 8 more than 5 times a number is negative 27. So first off, I have 8 more than. Okay, more than means plus. So that's 8 plus. Okay, 5 times a number. It doesn't really matter which number you choose. Let's do 5 in. That will work. Is means equals negative 27. And you don't have to do any solving today. Just write an equation. So 8 plus 5n equals negative 27. So those ones are pretty straightforward. These next ones, we're going to have to think a little bit. Okay, number 3 says Jacqueline's earnings M are a function of the number of lawns N she mows at a rate of $12 per lawn. So I don't have to worry about establishing my variables. They already told me. So Jacqueline's earnings, that's what M stands for right here. That's what they tell me here. And then it says N is the number of lawns that she mows. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to write how much she earns. That depends on how many lawns she mows. Well, it tells me here that she mows at a rate of $12 per lawn. So if we think about that, if I want to know how much money she's going to make, I would take 12 times the number of lawns that she mows. And we said earlier, well, N is the number of lawns she mows. So 12N is how I could find out how much money she's making. Well, that would also be the same thing as her earnings. So her earnings equal 12 times the number of lawns she mows. So I could say M equals 12N. Okay, let's try number 4. Number 4 says the total fees F of a book club membership are $10 per month M and a one-time administrative fee of $4.75. So total fees, okay, is going to be by F. My other one says a $10 per month fee, okay, and a one-time administration fee of $4.75. So I'm going to take F equals, right, because that's what I want to know, the total fees, okay? Well, how am I going to find the total fees? Well, there's two things that go into this total fees. I've got this $10 per month charge, okay? Well, $10 per month would be, well, $10 times how many months I'm in the book club, so 10M. But that's not the only thing that factors into this. I also have a one-time administrative fee. So I only have to pay it one time. So we're going to say plus $4.75. So that's what that one would look like. Okay, let's try this one. Number 5. Okay, this one says a hot dog D costs $1 more than 1/2 the cost of a hamburger H. This one we can kind of take and translate it directly into it. So first we start with, well, a hot dog D, okay, costs is going to be the same thing as equals. Sorry, same thing as like is. Okay, so a hot dog is, or hot dog costs $1 more than. Okay, so $1 more than would be plus 1/2 the cost of a hamburger H. So 1/2 the cost of a hamburger H. So 1/2 times H. So that would look like D equals 1 plus 1/2 H. Okay, and then number 6 down here. This is going to ask me to do one extra thing in addition to writing the equation. So writing my function rule. So first off, it says Eric is 2 years younger than 2 times his sister's age. Write a rule that represents Eric's age as a function of his sister's age, S. How old is Eric if his sister is 11? Okay, so first of all, we've got Eric's age, which I don't think they tell you, but let's go ahead and let's say Eric's age is, oh, sorry, it does tell me, sorry. Eric's age A tells me right here. Okay, so I want to know how old is Eric. So to find Eric's age, well, they tell me Eric is 2 years younger than 2 times his sister's age. So let's start with that 2 times his sister's age. They said that his sister's age, S, okay, well, 2 times his sister's age, well, that would be 2S. So that's how old his, right, so 2 times his sister's age, he's 2 years younger than this. So I have to take 2S minus 2 years. Okay, so this is what the function is going to look like. And then they want to know how old is Eric if his sister is 11. Well, his sister's age is what we represented by S. So if I plug 11 in for S, it should tell me how old Eric is. So if I say A equals 2 times 11 minus 2, well, 2 times 11 is 22. And 22 minus 2 would give me 20. So when his sister is 11, Eric would be 20 years old.